Hey guys, what's going on, and welcome to this second episode of the Return of the King Let's Play. And we finished off the first one with the introductory mission, Helm's Deep, which we played as Gandalf and learned all the basic combat and stuff like that, and it was good fun. So now we finished the cutscene and we are left with these three choices. Obviously the Fellowship's all split up and doing different things in the Return of the King movie for the most part. So we have a path of the Hobbit, we have the path of the King, referring to Aragorn, who's accompanied by Legolas and Gimli, and then we have the road to Isengard, which is the path of the Wizard, obviously being Gandalf. Now, seeing as we were Gandalf last time, I'd like to spice it up a little, and it seems kind of right that I picked the path of the King, because it's got Aragorn, Legolas and Gimli in it. Gimli I do not use. I don't really know anyone that really loves being Gimli, to be honest. These two were the ones that we used to play as co-op, me and my cousin, or me and my brother, depending on who I was playing. And for nostalgic reasons, I'm going to pick Legolas because he was the one I used to always fight over. Although Aragorn is really cool, I don't know, something about Legolas and his arrows and upgrades and stuff like that I just love. And an epic cutscene.
This will distract his gaze, weaken his borders, and lure his armies into our trap.
So amazing how this voiceover once again just adds a little bit of extra information.
For the return of Gondor's king.
You get the cool visuals on the screen. It's kind of like a montage of the best parts and what his speech is linked to, but the actual speech itself is completely something brand new.
Aragorn also carries before him the only weapon Sauron cannot abide.
It's not that they've just slapped audio out of the film and then slapped it straight back onto the game. They've got him to actually, you know, make a whole new voiceover, which is like I said in the last episode, just an absolute no-gasm for any Lord of the Rings fan, especially when I was a kid. Okay, so we're going under the mountain in this one. This was never my favourite mission. It revolves around the dead people, the ghost people, who were basically people that in the film and in the books they basically pledged to fight for Isildur, and then they ran away and let them all die, and basically Isildur cursed them because they didn't fulfill their oath, and so Aragorn basically tries to recruit them so that basically they can fight, you know, up at Minas Tirith, and then release them from their curse. And that's what that sword's for, because that was a Isildur sword. But that is the background information on these. Although that is quite cool, I've never really liked the ghosts in the Lord of the Rings. The whole intervention of them in the Pelennor Fields and in Minas Tirith, just because they were kind of a bit OP. I'm not gonna lie. Like, if you can't kill them, then you know there ain't much. I don't know. There was something about Lord of the Rings where everything in Lord of the Rings was kind of like, there is no hope, but we're going for it anyway, and there's like the slightest bit of hope, and we're all risking our lives for it. Whereas in the Battle of the Pelennor Fields, it was something epic, like Helm's Deep, but then all of a sudden these guys come in and buzzkill it all, and it's like, meh, that sucks a bit. I just think they should have been a happy medium where they could still die and be killed, or there was a negative reason for their ghost to join in the first place, like maybe they spent eternity in hell if they died in the battle or something. That would have been a cool idea in my opinion, rather than the just OP sacrilege that was just ghosts going around killing everything. But some people like the idea. I've just never been a fan of it, and I much prefer in this game killing orcs and stuff, because you can use like Orc Bane and things like that, rather than just the standard stuff. And I don't know what this is about. Look, I have to somehow strut through mist. You're not allowed to run through mist. No, you have to look like a badass. You have to start looking like an OG gangster. Oh my god. I really don't like fighting in this mist either. The camera angles are a bit, you know, a bit iffy at the best of times. But when you have to like walk in mist and strut and stuff. Oh yeah, we got a bit of archery going on now. Oh. That is so cool. I love Legolas's bow and arrow skills. I remember one of the iconic moments in the film was definitely Helm's Deep when he just fucking rides the shield down the stairs whilst pinging arrows at people. That was like, what? Aragorn's always been sort of like the sword guy, the guy to look at with the swords, but Legolas has always been the cool archer. And Gimli's just a fucking nutter, to be honest. I think he just gets away with being a sheer nutter. And in the film, to be fair, they didn't really do him as much justice on the combat side. They just kind of like made him into a bit of a jokey character, and it worked really well. But I'm sure lovers of Gimli in the book would have been a bit offended. But I love what they did with the film. Like, for a while, I sort of convinced myself that the books were so much better than the film, and then I kind of had to just concede that the film really did add a lot to it. And, oh, I got to make sure that I keep using the Y attacks on these shield people. I used to just try and go for perfects all the time. When I used to play this, I used to wait till all my characters were leveled up and then just try and get perfect on every level. It's harder than I thought, especially since I was doing this 6 years ago, or longer than 6 years ago actually. It's probably like 8 years ago, this one. We're doing alright so far though. We're surviving, that's the good thing. See, this is what I mean about the camera angles. I literally can't see my guy. Such a good combat system though, I love it. It's like a bit like Assassin's Creed. It's really repetitive, but at the same time, it's still fun. And what's funny about it is Assassin's Creed is really repetitive, but so's this. But in a way where you're still learning new abilities and stuff all the time, where your abilities are changing. Like your ranged attack gets stronger and looks different, and you learn like cheeky little combos which make it a little bit better. All the enemies change, which means, you know, it doesn't stay completely like linear combat. There's always a little bit of variety to make you happy. And oh, I got a checkpoint. I didn't know you actually even got checkpoints in this one. That's good. I was playing with my brother earlier when later on sort of the whole place collapses and we were getting stuck because of if one person can't keep up, it basically kills everyone because they can't move because of the cameras. And yeah, that was very annoying because there was no checkpoints. But maybe that's one of the features in co-op, just to make it that little bit harder. Get nailed. I'm gonna go up that hill now and just try to take out those archers because they keep shooting me. Look, but for some reason I have to walk. It does make me laugh. Okay. I think there's a health potion up there, but I shouldn't need it. I say that now, but I'll probably end up on the back to that checkpoint in any time soon. Okay. Oh, we'll get that one instead. That's not too out the way, is it? Okay, and our good friends the ghosts are pushing down towers, conveniently placed towers somehow with their spiritual force. And I don't even know if arrows... Yeah, arrows don't go through them at the start. You have to wait for them to kind of like properly spawn. I really don't like fighting the ghosts on this game as much as the orcs. The orcs, it gets really fun. This was good, but after playing the 2 towers, it was like I was playing with Legolas on that, and you kind of go around and I think kick down ladders, and there was like massive orc fights. And I got onto this, and I was like, oh no, I hope this is gonna get good. And then after this mission, it's kind of like, oh, that's good, but then you start to get seriously engrossed in everything that's going on.
This haunted mountain holds many
I
surprises.
really don't like this mist. Okay, let's go. Freedom. Right, I'm just gonna spawn. See that look at that camera angle. I can't see myself. There we go. Okay, up the ladder we go. Ladder of bones. They did get all the levels, like the look of all the levels, quite cool. Apart from stuff like this where you get random stones coming up and that, but I guess they have to block off the level somehow. Here we go. Oh, I could have got a perfect maybe there if I didn't aim at the ground. Taking their time to spawn. Oh, I think this guy takes ages to kill. Got like a boss dual wielder. I'm gonna go back and just spam him with bullets. By bullets, I mean arrows. It's quite funny because when I talk to people about Lord of the Rings after starting up this Let's Play and stuff, I've heard some mixed opinions. A lot of people have said that they love it, but there's quite a few people that really don't like it and prefer stuff like Star Wars and Harry Potter. Like those I would say are the big three when it comes to, you know, like epic childhood films and whatever that people like and are really passionate about. And look at Legolas being the macho man taking out the big statue. I'd have to say Lord of the Rings by far was so much better than anything for me. I did have a Harry Potter phase, but looking back at it, it was really quite childish and not that good. And people might talk about like Narnia and shit like that, but fuck Narnia, I don't care. there is Narnia just doesn't come into it. Star Wars I never got properly into, but I found it alright. But Lord of the Rings for me has so much more depth and character, you know, more complex characters and. This is so much easier, by the way, that, on co-op than it is on single player, because you can just get someone to get that ladder up straight away. But yeah, Lord of the Rings for me was so much more deeper story and so much better than anything. Star Wars, I did like the first, you know, 3 quite a lot, but when it got new, it was a bit crap. Apart from Darth Maul, who looked quite cool. And talking to Narnia, actually, J.R.R. Tolkien actually did a book club of. Because basically him and C.S. Lewis, who made Narnia, they were in the same book club together. They sort of both fought in the First World War. I believe C.S. Lewis fought in the First World War. I know Tolkien did. And they basically used to write books together. And it was actually Tolkien who helped C.S. Lewis write that book, which is pretty amazing. He did it in the book club. So that's a little bit of information that kind of isn't ever heard about. Is that the guy that made Lord of the Rings also helped C.S. Lewis make Narnia. So he's done his bit for literature. I mean, Narnia wasn't amazing, but I guess he didn't write it, so we'll let him off. And the books actually were a lot better than the, you know, I don't know. Anyway, back on with the walkthrough. Off we go. 35 people we got to kill here. This is quite cool. I think I can just sit in the middle and just bow and arrow them, but I'd rather just take out a couple here with the sword to get my momentum meter up. I love it how Gimli has throwing axes in this. He's got like 30 throwing axes attached to his belt because they needed to give him a ranged attack. Yeah, I really do. I love these just hack and slasher moments in this game. It's why I fell in love with the game. It's like the biggest factor in it. Just about killing. I love games where you can just beat up little guys and keep doing it over and over again, and then get awarded by how much you're beasting them. That's why I like playing these games on the more easier difficulties than hard. I don't like to get frustrated on games like this. And gonna hit that perfect. Gonna hit that perfect. Am I? I've just remembered I can. No. Yeah, I can go into perfect mode quite easily by pressing LT and RT at the same time, but I forgot. I think that's when you go into like overdrive mode, and that helps your momentum meter build up faster, so I'll use that more in the next missions to try and get a better rating. And soon we should be finished with this. Oh my god, it's so good. Yeah! All done. I just can't wait to get some cool arrows for Legolas, to be honest. There we go. Okay, going along the long bridge. No, those graphics do look a bit outdated now, of those little ghosts down the bottom left. They're all the same guy, just doing weird shit with their sword. That's pretty funny. Okay, in we go. Okay, so I think that's actually the end of this mission.
Aragorn will be forced to rise above fear. For as king, he will need to stand against Sauron's malice and unite all who fear Mordor. Aragorn and his companions must first break the will of the king of the dead. For Isildur cursed him. Now his heir must master his malice. Without this victory, our cause shall be forever lost.
Okay, so that is the end of that mission. Let's just see how I did. I got a few fares. I don't think I did too well in this mission at all. I got excellent last mission, but I forgot the RTLT thing on this one. So I think I'm just going to get a good, to be honest. Yeah, just a good. Oh well, we'll take a good. An extra 2,000 experience points. And what shall we buy? We've got a fair few experience points now to spend. I think Mirkwood arrows, definitely. Wound knockdown and blah 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 blah. We'll have that. And Orcua AAY. I don't know about the AAY one. Should we go for the AAY one? Yeah, we'll buy that for everyone. Light of Lorien. Increase damage and go to perfect mode quickly with a special ability. We'll have that. We'll give him a bit more health. And that's it really. We've managed to buy pretty much everything we need to. And we'll continue. Do I want to save my game? Yes, please. And oh, we saving that. I'll save that down here so I know it's that one. Because I keep forgetting. Okay, well that is the end of that particular episode, guys. Join me next time, and maybe let me know in the comment section whether you'd rather see a different character first, or you want me to see, or if you want to see me take on the King of the Dead, which will be the next one. Let me know, guys. Anyway, that's been that episode, and as always, thank you very much and good night.